What's up, y'all? What's up, IG? What's up, Facebook? I like my pink. Pretty in pink. Definitely water on deck, bro. Definitely. Somebody told me let me start rolling up. Listen, what I'm finna talk about is it's probably gonna be a sensitive subject for a lot of y'all. Um, and it's in relation to my Zoom tonight, but specifically on this live I'm talking to, let me take my cute pink shades off. Specifically on this live, I'm talking to younger women, younger girls, those that haven't developed that mindset yet that I already know everything, bitch can't tell me nothing. Um, this is for females with a more open mindset to honesty and real shit. And it could trigger some of y'all that you're not in this space. So feel free to get the fuck off at any given time. I don't give a fuck, right? So don't type your long paragraphs about your life. Because on this live, I don't give a fuck. Now, if you pay for a one-on-one, this is where I'm paid to give a fuck. I would definitely take into consideration anything you want to discuss. But on this particular live, it ain't about you, bitch. It's going to be about what I'm trying to tell the people that came on the live to hear what I have to say. And disclaimer, I didn't ask any of y'all to come, male, female, whoever. So if at any time I say something you don't like, just leave. Just save yourself. The door works for everyone. Swipe up, get off, block me, whatever you got to do. Crystal. So listen, I did a one-on-one the other day with a young girl, and she was pregnant. And she was telling me she was trying to decide whether she wanted to keep the baby or not, right? And I gave her my real perspective on this. And it was one of those pregnancy situations where she knows already. She was like, love, I ain't no victim. She said this to me when she got on the phone. The daddy is not going to be in the picture. He's not trying to be in the picture. I'm knowing this all, up front right now. And I'm trying to make a decision. So if I keep my baby, it's, on me, right? So, I let her tell me what she wanted to tell me. And then I proceeded to explain to her the facts centered around stuff like this, right? And I'm going to give y'all just some real information. When you look at urban people, black people, hell, even just low-income household people, right? Those that are operating from a space of we barely fucking making it in this country right now, trying to make a living and support our household. I would say 7 to 8 out of every one of these households where a child is born, where a woman gets pregnant, regardless of the race, the shit was from a space of just being irresponsible with unprotected sex. Every 10, 7 to 8 got pregnant, having a baby, based on we just be fucking unprotected, and that's how the fuck we got in this situation with 1 kid, 2 kid, 3 kid, 4 kid. It's not a planned pregnancy. Meaning like and when I say planned, I ain't talking about those of y'all that's gonna sit on this live and start commenting that, we planned ours, because 2 broke motherfuckers sitting up saying they want to have a baby, that's still not a planned pregnancy. Y'all just dumb. I want y'all to understand that. So you, your baby daddy, you and your baby mama, just because y'all sat up and told each other, like, I want to have a baby, knowing that you have no real financial support, no real resources, you don't have yourself together to bring a child into this crazy world that we live in and give them a fair chance, that wasn't a planned pregnancy. Y'all just stupid. So before y'all type that fuck shit, just understand it's not going to be viewed how you think it's going to be viewed on this live. So save that, right? A planned pregnancy, a planning of bringing a life into the world, is understanding what that life is going to need to actually be a productive member of society, right? So we ain't talking about these scenarios where you got pregnant trying to keep a nigga, or the nigga trying to get you pregnant to keep you, right? Planned pregnancy is when you sit back and you purposely work hard to make your life be reflective of a situation that's going to be healthy for a child, because it's already healthy for you, and there is support, and there will be you and a father that will help. I don't give a fuck if it's two daddies because it's a gay relationship, or two mamas. The idea is, we know in this country, the way that finances are, bitch, it takes more than just one to make some shit happen on a larger scale for our children to grow up and be productive members of society. Take a lot of resources, take a lot of money, take a lot of consistency, take a stable household, it take a healthy mindset, it takes some man, all that other shit. It wasn't a real planned pregnancy. Y'all were just fucking raw and fucking off. So back to what I was saying, 8 to 7 out of every 10 relationship, every 10 different relationships that come out where a female is pregnant, y'all was just fucking irresponsible. It was not no planned pregnancy when we talking about low income households, right? So I'm gonna read y'all some facts from studies that was being done recently. Like, this is, when I read this to y'all, I want y'all to understand this is about pregnant women, right? I want y'all to understand this is big now. Like, this is what's happening now, right? And I'm gonna go back to the phone call I had with the girl, right? So it says pregnant women in the United States die by homicide more often than they die by pregnancy related causes. I'm gonna say that again. Pregnant women in the United States die by homicide more often than they die of pregnancy-related causes, and they're frequently killed by the partner. According to a study last month, researchers revealed this grim statistic by using death certificates to compare homicides and pregnancy-related deaths across the entire country for the first time. The researchers found that U.S. women who are pregnant and were pregnant in the last 42 days die by homicide more than twice the rate that they die from bleeding or placental disorders, which is the normal leading causes of pregnancy women dying. Keep up with this shit. And this is why I say I'm talking to a lot of younger females on this live, because, bitch, this is facts for your ass when y'all out here playing around fucking raw, thinking it's cute to, like, oh, I'm finna keep this baby and you gonna take care of him and I'm gonna put you on child support. Nigga, fuck around and kill your ass playing, because this is what the fuck is going on. But these older hoes that be, oh, we gonna help you raise it, and girl, don't let him tell you what to do. They gonna have your ass around here thinking the shit cute. But I'm gonna keep going, right? So it says leading causes of what are usually classified as pregnancy-related deaths. Women are dying by homicide more than twice the rate of dying by regular pregnancy-related causes of death, right? Says also becoming pregnant. Listen to this. Becoming pregnant increases the risk of death by homicide for females between the ages of 10 and 44. Women who are pregnant or have had their pregnancy end in the past year are killed at a rate of 16% higher than women who are not pregnant. So just getting pregnant right now over somebody who ain't, you're more likely to get your ass killed, right? So now let's move on. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Well, let me read this last part, right? Because, you know, when we get to the end of fucked up statistics, guess who always be at the shit end of it? Black folk. So it says the team found that black women in the United States who are pregnant or were recently pregnant have up to nearly 3-fold higher risk of dying by homicide than those who are not pregnant. The highest increase are reported among any racial or ethnic group. It says the team reported rates among black, Hispanic, and white women because the samples of other groups like Asian women and Native American women were like too small to even publish. I'm going to let y'all soak that up for a second. Just soak that in. Because a lot of games being played nowadays, and I talk about it a lot on my platform. But see, for me, like a lot of y'all ask me, what do you read? And I tell y'all, a lot of stuff I read to the average person is boring because it don't be books. It be studies. It be psych studies. It be shit going on in the world. So now we about to talk about how the world works and what the fuck is going on. So I don't give a fuck if you like it or don't like it, if you feel like it's right or wrong. Bitches is getting killed being pregnant, and they're mostly killed by the partner they're pregnant from. And when you look deeper into this statistic, most of it is coming from relationships where they were not married. This is not married couples killing one another when they're getting pregnant. So let's ask ourselves, so if it's not the married couples that are killing one another when they're getting pregnant, who the fuck out here getting killed behind these pregnancies? Let's see how well y'all keeping up. these same situations that I was just the fuck talking about, where this is not no planned pregnancy. You are here fucking irresponsibly, and I don't give a fuck if you look at that's not a lie. It's 100% not. So if you look at situations out here where these aren't planned pregnancies, like these aren't marriages where he's landed a decent job, I have a decent job, looking at our situation and how our life is set up, we are working together, we get along well enough, the situation is conducive with, raising children, and then we decide and plan to have it. These are situations where you and him talking, him and her talking, they fucking raw, now she pregnant, they having a conversation, she want to keep the baby, he don't necessarily want to keep it, or hell, she may not want to keep it, he like, man, you better not kill my baby, bitches is beefing and arguing, domestic violence is going on, motherfuckers is ending up dead at a higher rate than ever before. I'm going to just let this soak in. King, that plays a role in it too. That's what I'm getting at. Because when you in situations where I'm already knowing as a male or a female, me and this nigga don't really get along. Or this bitch don't be listening to me, so I know the hoe ain't gonna listen with the baby. Or this nigga don't already be doing what he supposed to do. So I'm already knowing when I have this baby, he ain't finna do what he supposed to do. And then you move forward and you bring a baby into the world. It makes it where already as individuals, y'all don't manage y'all emotions. You're not very well at managing money, managing a family unit, operating as a pack. So then a lot of times people be having these spaces where they like, I just want this shit to stop. All this child support shit, all this shit with a bitch online saying I'm a deadbeat. Females, postpartum, I'm tired of sitting over here struggling with these kids. Like, then I'm pregnant again. Not me and this nigga arguing. Shit, tensions is running high. Bitch dead. 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 This is the thing. There is so much responsibility on both ends for men and women, right? Responsibility on both ends. And when we look at what's going on in this country in low-income households, those of us that we are not the wealthy, the upper class, bitch ain't even middle class, like, if it ain't death, it's domestic violence or it's complete humiliation of one another. Like as parents trying to tear each other the fuck down with the idea that I'm just trying to do what's best for my kid, or I'm just trying to get the help I need for my kid, or I'm just trying to be in my kid life. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? It's on both ends. And see, the idea is you can sit up and you can type on this live whatever comments you want about who fault it is. It don't change what the fuck's going on, right? And the idea is people don't do 180s overnight, right? And this is what the fuck is actually going on. So going back to what I said, I was on the one-on-one with the young lady and I was talking to her and we were talking about her current space and, her trying to decide whether she want to have a baby. So when we first started to call out, she seemed, more adamant that she wanted to keep it. So I said, I want to offer you, my opinion when it comes to this type of stuff, right? So I was explaining to her, you have to be honest with yourself. As a young black female that is on the low income side of the financial spectrum, you have to be real with yourself that the decision I'm making right now is a selfish one, right? It doesn't make it right, don't make it wrong. That's not what I'm talking about. This is what I explained to her. Right or wrong, got nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with understanding. When you sit back and look at your situation, I'm poor, I lack resources, I lack the ability to pick the right people, I lack discipline, and I lack a certain level of self-esteem based on fucking a nigga raw that I knew that I can explain to love on this call wasn't really for me before I got pregnant. And I continue to do this for me to decide to bring a child into the world. Knowing myself in this current state, knowing my financial situation, knowing how family is when they will say at first, yes, I will help you. But everybody knows I call it the babysitter flex. That's where when you about to have a baby, a bitch tell you they'll watch the baby anytime, all the time. They got your back. But then when you have the baby and you actually make them try to make good on what they said, It ain't like that. You ever had somebody say, oh, you can come stay here. You can stay as long as you need to, you and the baby. And after about a week or a month, when they get a whiff of your discipline as far as your adult skills, they don't give a fuck about nothing they said. They want you out. They talking shit about you, making you feel bad. And it could be rightfully so. But the idea is this is what the fuck is going on, right? So I'm breaking this down to her. You got to be real with yourself. Everybody is saying they will help now. But girl, let me tell you what the fuck really go on. And if you're not adults enough to build your own resources past what the fuck your mama and your auntie and them said they was going to help you with, you will end up just like every other black motherfucker with a baby around here trying to sort through the idea of living paycheck to paycheck, sorting through their mental health, trying to figure out how to make it and have something while still up against the idea of y'all said y'all was going to help me, but y'all ain't really helping me like y'all said. It's funny how, especially for young black females, a bitch will tell you, keep your baby and I'm going to help you do this. But then as soon as you need their help too much, they will start to chastise your ass about where your baby daddy at. Or you need to go put him on child support. Or you shouldn't have been around here fucking him raw. You calling me every other day to help you with that. It's the same person that encouraged your ass to have the baby. Then I gave her the other aspect where you will have family members that will help you every single time they said they would. But then this gives them the right to have their opinion or their 2 cents weigh in on your life. And you have to accept that. You have to accept it. When you have somebody that's helping you with your basics, like for those of y'all with kids, if you got a mama or a daddy or auntie that helps you pass the grandparent level, meaning they got to get in and help you with things that the person you fathered the child with or mothered the child with should be helping you with, they will give you their opinions and they will expect you to adhere to that because they're having to help you with your basics. So now with all this, on the table, I explained to her, I want you to genuinely tell me if you understand or don't understand that if you keep it, you are keeping it for selfish reasons. You are not keeping it for reasons that have to do with the child benefiting when you bring them in the world. You're doing it for reasons of self. Rather it's to make yourself feel more important. Rather it's to make the nigga feel some type of way. Rather it's to make yourself feel like you're going to get more attention. Rather it's to make yourself feel like this is what's right, the right thing to do with God based on my religion. It is still based on self. And I love the fact that she understood it. So no matter what I decide, it's my choice. It is based on me making a decision that has to do with self. So now, moving forward from there, right? I'm doing a Zoom tonight on how to know if somebody is for you. How to really understand if the people you have in your life, the people you choosing to deal with, those that you are friends with, family members that you're choosing to interact with on a consistent basis, how to know if they're for you, right? And what I'm saying on this live is so relevant because a lot of y'all that follow my platform, your family unit stemmed from situations like what I just described. The number to get in a Zoom is 678-965-0698. So the idea is I have to first ask myself, right? When I'm considering the concept of, is this person really for me? How do I know when people are really for me? You have to ask yourself, am I really for myself, right? And when you look at your life and you look at the past decisions, the amount of children you have, the job you work, the amount of money you do or don't have, the way your life is set up, the problems that you have, all of that stuff is your fault, right? And if you can't get, past that part, like, you already won't be able to process what I'm going to go over in my Zoom or on this live. But the idea is you got to first understand my life looked the way it looked based on how much I am for me. Anybody not understand that? Some of y'all, you might be a little bit confused because you're thinking like, I'm for me. I always look out for me. But most people don't realize the majority of the decisions that you make thinking that you're making them for you, they're self-sabotaging. For example, when you see people bring kids into the world knowing you don't have the resources or the type of family to be doing this type of shit, but you feel like it's what's best for you. You make the decision for selfish reasons, but the reasons end up being self-sabotaging. Like, you end up sabotaging your own life, right? When we look at people in friendships or on jobs where they take way more than what they need, where they take more and it throws the balance off, you may feel like, hold on, y'all. I'm finna block Chantel. All right, bye, Chantel. When you look at situations, you might feel like, okay, that person was selfish, so they was for self, like they was, or I was selfish. I made